Hello and welcome to this Empower tutorial. Today we want to have a look at the company and location data in Empower Mails. And we are working here with version 9.5. As you can see, I'm in a new email and I have automatically one's email signature template open and it is pre-filled with some data. But to get this data, we need to have the company and location data filled. And in this video for our admins, we will have a look on how to do that, how to create a new company, how to create a new location, and then later on how to set up a new email signature, and then to use that email signature like we would use this default template in the new email here. So let's go over to the company data. You can find it here in this little Empower Mails ribbon under Manage Signatures. If you click on the lower part of the split button, you click on Companies. And then you can see all the companies that are already created. But at first, we want to go ahead and create a new one. You click on Create Company, give it a name, example, and you can choose between different versions of a company. In this case, let's go with incorporated, which is a US form. We can extend the amount of possible entity forms here or entity types. And of course, each type has a different set of predefined fields. In case of an incorporated, for example, managing directors. All those fields in here can later on also be adjusted to your needs, and depending on which kind of fields you need to fill for your entity type, we can adjust this company's pop-up. Now we do have the company, we can fill out the managing directors and fill some banking information. But the second most important part is to create a location. And as we can see now that I have created this company, I can create one or multiple locations for this company entity. And each company should have at least one location, because otherwise we don't really need it here or in an email signature. Just as a side information, everything we do in here works also in Word. That means no matter where you set up your company and your location, you can use it in the email signatures as well as in Word, and it's the same data that both have access to. You can create a location over here and then just go ahead and give it a name and create location for this example entity. And then, of course, you have a lot of fields to fill out for the specific location. You can create a logo for this location specifically. You can give the address like street, house number, zip code, and city. And you can fill more information, and the same that we said about the example entity can be set here. So we can define those fields for you and only show the fields that are relevant for your email signatures. Let's go ahead and just quickly fill in some information in here and create this location here. So this is what the default view looks like. And then for each location, you can also set different versions in the different languages. And let's go over to an example where you can see that in more detail. For example, in this Acme Inc. Corporation with the location Cologne, you can see that it already has a different logo, different from the entity itself. And then you can see the pre-filled information for the default location. And then if you go over to a different language version, you can not only see that it takes over the information from the default template, but you can also set a new information specific to that language. So for example, Cologne in the default value is having the English name. If you go over to the German version, you can see Köln, which is the translation for Cologne in German. To have access to this kind of data, you can set the permissions over here. So everyone that has at least reading rights on this company can later on use it to create their email signatures. If we have a look at the permissions over here, we will see that all users have reading access to this company, and then we have some administrators with the admin group. If we would want to, we could, instead of having all users a reading access, we could add a specific Entra ID group and add the company to this group so that only members of this group can see it. That could be the employees of the Acme Inc. That could be a specific department. Everyone that is chosen here as a reader would have access and could use this company later on. So let's go over and create a new signature for this example company. You can find that here under Manage Signatures. You can see the two signatures that already exist. We have a default signature, which is English, and then we have a German version, but it's basically the same signature for the Empower company. Now let's go ahead and create new. We call this the Acme signature, and then we stay with the default profile, but we go ahead and create this for the Acme Inc. As you can already see, it's a different logo than the Empower logo, and it is also different from location to location. Right now, you can see that it says Cologne in here because we have set English as our language. And if we go and choose German now, you will see that it uses the specific name that we gave it for the German language version, so that it differs from the default value, which is English, specifically for this language. And then you can go ahead and save it, and you have a third new signature that you can use or that a user can use. In this case, the default signature, the German version, and then this Acme signature. So if we go ahead and click new email, we have two ways to get to the signature. One is via insert and then signature, and there we will find this other version, or as well as under message itself, and then include, and there's also the signature. So we are using the normal Outlook functionality here for the users to access the signatures. And of course, there we can also go ahead and revert back to the default signature if we want. This is how you create a company, you create a location, you choose specific values for different language versions, and then also how to set up the signature itself and make it accessible for you to use in every new email or in every answer later on. Thank you so much.